I thought maybe you could talk a little bit about that dichotomy that's seen between reform and revolution. And anarchists certainly, during the Haymarket Affair, realized the importance of fighting for something like the 8-hour workday with a grander vision.
But that's always been true.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take a look at, I suppose, the most venerable anarchist journal in the world, at least in the English-speaking world, is Freedom, which comes out of London. But if you look at its pages, a large percentage of it is dealing with reformist programs, supporting for workers' rights, for human rights, for decent pay, benefits, and so on. I mean, there's no contradiction there. I mean, you want to, if you're a serious revolutionary, and you really are looking for not an autocratic revolution, but a popular one, which will move towards freedom and democracy, you want to have the mass of the population who are implementing it and carrying it out and solving problems and so on. And they're not going to do it unless they have discovered for themselves that there are limits to reform. So sensible revolutionary will try to push reform to the limits, first of all, because it's helpful to people, so it's better to have an 8-hour day than a 12-hour day, and you want to do things that are just on ordinary ethical grounds, sure, you'll support them. But secondly, on strategic grounds, you have to show that the system, if it's true, maybe the system will collapse to reform, okay, that's fine. But if it won't, you have to reach the point where it resists, and there's nothing left but to take things over, maybe by force. That's basically self-defense. But unless people recognize coercion as a form of self-defense, they're not going to take part in it. At least they shouldn't. So,
and they learn that through their
experiences,
right?
Yeah. I mean, if you get to a point where the existing institutions simply will not bend to the popular will, well, you got to eliminate the institutions.
There is power in a band of working folks when they stand hand in hand. That's the power that was ruling every land. One industrial union brand.
Would you have mansions